Hello guys and welcome to volokinproject. This is Tony, your favorite YouTuber of them all. Now today I've got a very special review of the HTC Exodus 1S. Pretty much the poor man's HTC Exodus 1, which was based off the HTC U12 Plus. It costs over £600 and it's extremely overpriced for what it is, guys. And pretty much if you're kind of a Bitcoin nerd, of course you're broke as a joke and you want to show off to your friends how geeky you are, you're looking to buy this one because the original asking price in late 2019 was about 220 euros. The problem is that in the UK, when you go to the HTC's websites, it says that they're not selling phones anymore. So in pretty much anywhere in the world, I've checked all of their websites, it is not available for sale. I've got no idea what they're doing, but yeah, if you manage to buy one on eBay, you gotta keep a few things in mind. First and foremost, if you've got no idea what running a full Bitcoin node is, then this phone is not for you. Now, myself, I've got a few Litecoins. Of course, I'm losing money on them. And I've got a wallet in the, how is it called? Coinbase. Yes, exactly, Coinbase. That's pretty much enough for casual Bitcoiners like myself. If you're too deep into the Bitcoin, you're running nodes on your PC and not on your phone. Which means that if you really want to run that node, whatever that means, you need at least 400 gigabytes of memory card, which means 512 gigs, and which costs about £60, guys. So you're looking at about £260 of investment for something that you're not gonna use. The other thing is that the phone is based off the HTC Desire 12S, guys, which was released 1 year before this one, and it's pretty much the crappiest HTC phone they have released for the last few years, guys. And apart from the amazing back cover, by the way, really nice implementation of what is supposed to be under the back cover. But anyway, it's laser cut. The back cover is made of plastic though, so you're definitely gonna need a case because you're gonna scratch that from day one. The case that I got was from eBay for the actually Desire 12S. It costs about £3, something like that. It fits 100% because, as I said, this is the other phone. And that comes with one major disadvantage: Android 8 security patch from September 2019, guys, even before this phone was released. So updates, forget about it. Snapdragon 435 inside. The performance is really not good on this phone, guys. It's okay in day-to-day usage. It takes a little bit of time to load up heavy application and games. But the problem is with the gaming, games like Call of Duty, for example, even on the lowest settings, which is pretty much the only setting supported in this phone, the phone has some serious issues, guys. It lags like crazy. And for other games, for example, like Mortal Kombat, the moment you even start playing the game, you see the massive frame drops. And in the same time, other games like Angry Birds 2, for example, play like butter. So definitely there's some sort of an issue with Snapdragon 435 and the modern games. And considering that this phone has just a 720p screen, pretty much this shouldn't be a problem, but actually it is, guys. So before we talk about the screen and the battery life and this and that, which are not good, of course, let me talk about the security. You've got a fingerprint reader at the back. It has this really nice matte finish over here, and it unlocks the phone 100% of the time. It's not the fastest one out there, but definitely gets the job done. You've got face unlock as well, but it's from the old school type that you have to wait for the icon to pop up that the phone is unlocked, and then you have to swipe like that. That's pretty much the only option. Essentially a smart unlock, not a proper face unlock, guys, which is fine, which is okay. For a cheap phone, I'm gonna give it a pass. What not I'm gonna give a pass for is the battery life, just over 3000 milliamp hours, and you're thinking like 720p, 3000 milliamp hours, Snapdragon 435, it should be okay. Well, it's not particularly the case, guys. You want to get about maximum of 5 hours of screen on time, and that's not good. And the other thing which is not good is the recharge times. Oh my god, you've got a slow charger in the box, 3 hours 15 minutes to 100%, which is mind-blowing pretty much. If you use a quick charger, you manage to charge the phone in just 3 hours. Just can you imagine? And the other thing is that micro USB charging port, come on guys, it's 2020, that's absolutely unacceptable. Down there is the speaker, by the way, and up here is the 3.5mm jack, which is pretty much average, nothing to, you know, brag about. But the problem is that due to the micro USB charging port, you cannot, you know, amplify the sound output via one of those 3.5mm dongles. By the way, the HTC dongle is one of the best. You cannot use it because the port is different over here. And the thing is that the speaker at the bottom, it's okay, it's loud enough, but it's, how can I put it, it's set to, you know, increase the voice sounds coming out of this speaker. Absolutely flat, absolutely no bass, but at least in loud environments, it definitely gets the job done. Now, what about the screen of the HTC? I was about to say Desire 12S, but the HTC Exodus 1S. Well, the screen is 720p, 5.7 inch, and it is less sharp than you expect actually, and it is not very bright. So when you try to watch some nice YouTube videos, well, that's not gonna happen and everything is washed out. I didn't actually expect that because I recently reviewed the HTC Desire 19S, which has a bigger screen, again 720p, and it was much sharper than that screen, guys. So I can imagine that they've put the lowest quality screen that they had and call it a day. About the cameras, you've got a 13 megapixel at the back and 13 megapixel at the front, and both are quite disappointing, to be honest with you. First of all, the selfie camera, it really tries to capture some HDR photos. It gets the shadows right. I like the algorithms, but I really don't like the final result, guys. It just doesn't look okay, especially for a 13 megapixel camera. It should have been way better. The maximum video resolution is 1080p. It is shaky because there is absolutely no stabilization whatsoever. I like the quality though. The quality is fine, but you definitely need a gimbal. On the only positive side, this sound is quite good. At the back again, 13 megapixel camera, 1080p, no stabilization, good sound. The quality is kind of crappy, to be honest with you, compared to the front-facing camera. I've got no idea why that is. And unfortunately, in the photos department, if you keep the HDR on, you're getting noise on every single photo. Even the daytime photos, you're getting noise, which is mind-blowing pretty much. And when we talk about, you know, nighttime photos, low light, don't even try. The results are absolutely horrendous, guys. Here is a good example of a few photos that I took, and they look really, really bad. Even that photo with the flash inside, even that is not sharp and it doesn't look good. So unfortunately, the camera is kind of unusable on this phone. Definitely one of the worst I have ever tested in my life. And finally, let's talk about the software. Now, when you browse the HTC website, you have some sort of a feeling that even on the lock screen wallpaper over here, you've got the Zion chip inside, and they're gonna tell you that there's a hardware wallet or something like that. Well, Zion is pretty much a glorified cryptocurrency wallet application with a complicated way of recovering your password. If you forget it, you have to share it with 3 people, as well as they give you 12 keywords that you have to write down on a special paper supplied in the box. So if you forgot your password, you've got a few backup options, but that's a little bit excessive considering that you're probably not gonna have too much money in that wallet nevertheless. And I've got Coinbase. The security is good enough, I would say, so I really don't see the benefits, except this is the only application which actually allows you to run a full node, which I really don't see that happening, guys, because you're gonna be out and about with your phone. The battery life is not good, the performance is not good, it's going to affect that. So I really don't see you doing that on day-to-day basis pretty much. And there are a few other applications that pretty much you can download from anywhere else. They're nothing special, like alternative search engine. One of the browsers is different. I mean, they're kind of okay that they're pre-installed, but the thing is that especially this Zion application drains the battery for about 5%. Even without doing nothing. The other applications, I'm getting notifications every now and then, so unfortunately they run in the background and they drain your battery. Let's have a look at the Volokin Spectrum scoring system for this phone nevertheless. For design and build quality, I'm gonna give this phone 4 out of 5. It's made of plastic, but I like the back cover. For security, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 as well, because it has some sort of face unlock and a good fingerprint reader as well. The screen 720p washed out, just 2 out of 10, guys. And battery life gets 2 out of 10, especially with these ridiculous recharge times. The bottom speaker gets 3 out of 5, as well as the headphone jack. 3 out of 5. The software gets 4 out of 5 because it works as intended. If you disable Zion, you're getting a small battery boost overall. Of course, no updates, but that doesn't bother me too much, so well deserved 4 out of 5. Stock Android experience pretty much, and the only thing you don't have is the dark mode in the settings. That's pretty much it. The performance, oh man, it is bad, so especially the gaming. 2 out of 5 over here, and the cameras are absolute trash. 1 out of 5 for the selfie and 1 out of 5 for the back cameras. And what's the overall Volokin Spectrum score? Is 26 out of 50, or maybe out of 60, which pretty much places the HTC Exodus one towards the bottom of my table, guys. And don't get me wrong, I really wanted to like this phone because, again, I like geeky phones, I like rare phones. And I really like the back cover of this phone and the idea, but practically you're not gonna use the Bitcoin stuff. And I mean, man, it's a niche phone, but for the wrong reasons pretty much. And unfortunately, I cannot recommend anybody getting this phone. Simple as that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I've got a few other HTCs that I've already reviewed. Make sure you check them out, as well as if you're interested to see what's in the box, I've got an unboxing on this phone as well. So that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next one. Adios.